putting the band back together.
Forget it. No way.
We're on a mission from God.
I'm back, baby.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
They say everyone deserves a second chance. Apparently, so do radio shows.
We are back, baby.
After years apart, countless bad sports takes from everyone else, and more than a few people saying, you know who should do a show together again?
We're back.
Somebody actually made it happen.
We are back. We are back.
Steve Czaban and Josh Albrecht, back together again.
What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
A man who loves digital assets, hates replay, and always leaves early. Milwaukee's adopted hometown son, Steve Czaban.
I can't believe what we're seeing. What just happened?
It's the Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
What an absolute disaster of a loss yesterday. The only saving grace I have for you is baseball happens every day. So momentum is just one good turnaround away. Let's hope the boys get it tonight, late tonight in Los Angeles. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are here for a good time, not a long time. The Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht, who's on vacation in California this week. Technically, he could, Aaron Morse, go to the game tonight at Chavez Ravine. I don't think that was on the itinerary.
Some are saying if he was a real fan, he would go.
Some are saying.
Some are saying.
Love that phrase. Some people are saying is the greatest way to try to take yourself out of the equation. Like, oh, I'm not saying it. Just, some people.
Some people. I don't know who, but some.
Oh my God. What a day we've got. It is the day I feel like, Aaron, the sports ride that is the sports calendar that really begins in September with the start of football, with baseball heating up, and we go through the whole cycle that ends in late June with the NBA Finals. I feel like today is the first day that the wheels in the mud of the doldrums of summer are getting traction, and we're getting some va-va-voom, because not only do we have what some people are calling the World Series of narratives between the Brewers and Dodgers, best of 4 in LA, but you've got the start of preseason football, not just the Packers and the Steelers, but a nice chunk of other games. I think there's like 7 games tonight. Last time I checked the schedule, don't quote me on that. So we got preseason football. We got this Brewers series. We're getting traction, baby. And if it couldn't get any better, today, the hated rival to the South may announce that they're leaving the state for Indiana. It's too good to be true, the rumors that they're going to actually change their name as part of the money they're receiving for this new stupid stadium in Hammond to the Indiana Bears. I saw that online yesterday, multiple places. You probably did as well, right?
Yes.
And I'm like,
yeah,
this is too good to be true. It can't be. It's not. And sure enough, by the time I wake up this morning, there is a Twitter note attached to the original tweet saying, oh, yeah, by the way, so-and-so said this will never happen. The state has already vowed that they'll still be called the Chicago Bears. There's no other credible reporting that they will change their name today when they announce the stadium to the Indiana Bears. But, oh, man, for a little while there, Aaron, I was like so giddy thinking this would be so hilarious. I would love that so much.
Well, you know what they could do? They said that they'll keep Chicago Bears, right? But there's a team in Los Angeles, or so it says, that isn't in Los Angeles, that calls themselves Los Angeles, as in the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
They could be of Indiana. The Chicago Bears of Indiana. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, listen, they may not call themselves that. That might not be any signage or uniforms or anything. but we can still call them that, can't we?
Yeah, we can. We can call them whatever we want.
Right. And I think going forward, once this stadium deal gets announced today, which is expected, they shall be forevermore the Chicago Bears of Indiana. Doesn't it make you feel better that you are a Packer fan right now? Hell, in addition to the fact that the Lakers yesterday got flipped like a Miami condo that was underwater for an extra $2 billion after less than a year by the same jackass who owns the Dodgers, this guy Walter, who is apparently up to his eyeballs in both debt and now federal investigations for maybe fraud.
Yeah.
Now, if they can get the Dodgers from him, that'd be great as well. But he had to flip the Lakers. Unbelievable.
$2.5 billion is a pretty good flip number.
No kidding.
And
no kidding.
Pretty good savviness by Kushner and Iger to be like, hey, this guy's in a little bit of trouble. Let's just buy the Lakers.
Yeah. They swooped on in and said, sure, we'll take it. Never mind the actual economics of, well, so what are your annual earnings? No, I just want the Lakers. Man, a lot of people getting real rich. Powerball hit last night. One person won $1 billion. Were you in it last night?
No, I don't really. I never remember to buy it. I don't know.
I'm gonna hit you with my lottery take you've not heard yet.
Yeah,
Josh
let's
has
hear
heard it. I don't want to win $1 billion. I don't want to win $500 million. I have an ideal lottery winning number, winning total amount. Let me put it that way. And it will shock you how low it is. What do you think would be my preferred ideal lottery win?
Like 10 million?
Too high.
I was going to say originally 5. Okay, that was going to be my original guess. I doubted myself.
5.
Yeah.
5, because here's how it works. 5 gets cut to 2.5 or 3, taxes, whatever, depends on the payout you take, et cetera, et cetera. It's plenty of money to set you up for life if you're not a consumptive idiot and just want to blow it on things, which I kind of would blow it on small things, but nothing major. It would set you up for life, but it's too small for too many people to come at you all the time. Like, come on, bro, you can loan me 15 grand. You just want $1 billion. And the answer to that is always, I would just tell people no. And I would say, but you don't understand. They're not going to stop asking. Your friends, your family, your cousins, guys you work with, guys you used to work with, they're all going to come at you. You don't want that. You don't want that many ants at the picnic. If you win $1 billion in the lotto, trust me, you have the biggest picnic spread ever in the grassiest field on a blanket with all the ants in the world who are going to start swarming you. No thanks, don't want it. That said, if I won $1 billion, I would tell you there's at least 5 or 6 really nice public golf courses that you people would never set foot on again, because I would definitely buy them, turn them private, make them real fancy.
Yeah, I think it's too low for me.
Too low. I know. It's an insane take. This is this take by me is as insane and as contrarian as my I hate replay in all forms take. But that's just me. So anyway,
I was thinking about it, like 25 million. If that was what the lottery was, and I got like half of that in taxes, whatever. Like I'd be like, all right, that's cool. I'd buy a really nice or build a really nice lake house somewhere, and I would buy a big compound in Hawaii, and that way. So I don't know. I don't think you know this about me. I'm part Hawaiian. My dad was born in Hawaii, so I've got a lot of family that are there. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would get a big compound, put a couple feet.
Where in Hawaii?
Houses. Where I would do it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great question. I would probably do it on the
Maui?
main island.
Oahu?
No, probably on Oahu.
Okay.
That's where most of the family is, and that's just where, I mean,
and you have the Hawaiian bona fides to be able to prove that you have Hawaiian ties, because they are very provincial out there, as you know. You don't want to go in there with your money and be labeled a haole.
Yeah. Right. Yes. The haoles. You don't want to be a haole. Someone yells haole at you while you're
not
in Hawaii.
good.
You're
not
doing something. You're not doing something properly.
Right.
I think when I go there, they think I'm just some random white guy, right? Like
you look random white guy, Wisconsin, which
right.
nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm just saying.
But there's certain things you can do or say that maybe tip off a local that you know what you're doing, or you have a little bit of some ties.
Howley is spelled Haole, and it is pronounced Howley. Translates to foreigner or outsider or a person of non-Polynesian descent.
It's used pretty derogatorily.
Oh, yeah.
So,
big time.
Yeah.
Big time. See, I learned all this. Are you impressed by my Hawaiian
Yeah, I was
knowledge?
very impressed on the Howley, yeah.
It's because in college at the Harvard of the West, UC Santa Barbara, I had a good buddy, Dave Jenkins, who was on my floor hockey team, moved to Hawaii with his girlfriend, Jenny. And they were renting a house that had a 14-foot Boston Whaler boat. And he invited me to come out and stay with them. I was between jobs at the time. He was like, just come out here to Hawaii, hang out with me and my girlfriend. I was like, sure, I'm 24, between jobs, don't know what I'm doing in life. I'm there. So I go out to Hawaii. I live with them. They lived over in Kaneohe on the other side of the Kaneohe Pass. I forget the name of the little town over there. So they were where the locals were, because that was not where the tourists are, right? You go over that big mountain range. It's like, hey, man, you're with the natives. But my days for 2 months were spent working on and fixing up my buddy Dave's 14-foot Boston Whaler, taking it out to the local marina and going scuba diving with him off the coast of Waikiki, and then playing Sega Genesis hockey on his video game screen and watching LA Kings games at night, getting drunk. Let me tell you, life had peaked for young El Baldo. It's pretty
fantastic, right?
This was the freaking life right there. Yep. But yeah, as far as your compound on Hawaii, damn, prices are. I mean, $25 million. That's what you said you want your win to be?
Yep. That way that I could get a compound, I would have probably a couple million left over that I could invest.
Have you checked Zillow for the size of the compound you want in Hawaii and the cost of it, what island and everything else? You're going to build, is this new construction? You're going to buy an existing home? Come on, talk to me.
Well, I would probably have to buy one with existing home on it, and then have to maybe build an extra little, like a
addition.
Like a couple little additions, like a little, I don't even know what to call it, but like there would be one, main house, and then probably like a few other like annexes, basically.
Yeah. I think I think for many listeners right now, if they won 25 million in the lottery, especially if they're Brewer fans, they would blow it all on a single bat that could get a hit, right? Like, just give us a guy that could get a freaking hit.
Mark Antanasio, here's $25 million.
Right. Buy somebody. Well, we get Arias. He doesn't fit positionally. I don't care. Move somebody. Tell somebody they're not playing. Get somebody who can hit, for God's sakes. It was just tough to watch. 2 for 15 yesterday with runners in scoring position. The old RISP number. Not just 2 for 15 RISP, but with 10 strikeouts of the 15. Jesus God. Are you kidding me? They were 3 for 28 in the series. And just the compounding, cascading, stupid-ass, bad baseball plays were just so infuriating. Ashby losing that foot race to first base. Come on, bro. Terang getting thrown out at third as the first out. You don't do that. Come on. Who do you think you are, Ricky Henderson? No, stop. The offense striking out 3 times, leaving the bases loaded in the 11th. I mean, come on. The West Coast has been bad for this team. 4-7 in California and Vegas. Dodgers now 2 games back of the Brib, the best record in baseball, tied with Atlanta for the 2 seed. And here we go tonight. 9:10 Central Time, Shane Drohan versus Roki Sasaki, followed by expected starters, Gasser versus Yamamoto, Miz versus Robleski, and then Henderson versus Skubal. Henderson Skubal at the tail end of this series. You talk about a series of narratives, right? boy, there's going to be some talking, not just obviously locally, but nationally about that game, right? God help us if Scooble throws a complete game, Jen. Be really nice if they could get to Scooble, rough him up, chase him out of there after 4, and be able to go, see, didn't need you. How's it working out? So a split is what you say you'll take. That's what you want out of the series. A split is fine. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just confirming.
Yeah, yes.
Now that we're on the edge of it, I want to confirm this.
I'm not going to change the mind because they got swept in San Diego. I'm gonna stick with a split. If you can get a split with LA, that's good. I think that's enough to kind of calm the waters for a little bit. And then get the Braves and Mariners and Braves. That's 2 more tough series, so you have to play better at home. But you got to start working your way back this way. And a couple wins against the Dodgers will do that.
Okay. I'm going to put on the hopelessly positive glasses. I'm going to spin this past disastrous sweep thusly. They're 1 pitch on a 2-run bomb in game 1, and they're a cascading series of toot blands, just idiotic plays in yesterday's game, from winning that series 2-1 and everyone feeling a whole lot better about everything. And I'm going to look at this series and say, Miz is going to handle his business in game 3. Either Drohan or Gasser is going to find a way along with the offense in games 1 or 2. They'll split that. So we got 2-1 heading into game 4, and that's going to be epic, Henderson versus Scooble, with a chance, if the Brewers play well, to win 3 out of 4. Not predicting. I'm not saying it's a lock or anything like that. I want to be optimistic. How great would that be if we report back here on Monday and say, damn, wasn't that fun? This team, the Dodgers, they're not superhuman. They bleed. They can be got to. And the boys got to them. That would be great. Let's hope it happens.
You know what's good about playing poorly for a little stretch of games is that at some point you're going to play better than poorly. And what better time to do that than this weekend against the Dodgers?
It should even out. There's a great deep dive by Kurt Hogue in the Journal Sentinel on the Brewers offense saying, what's the deal? And he explains how the numbers are actually a lot better than people would think. The numbers say one thing, your eyeballs scream another thing. They're 5th in runs scored in the bigs this year. That's really good. They were 3rd last year in runs scored. They were 6th the year before that. But they're last in home runs. And can a team that doesn't hit with that pop actually go deep? We're going to find out yet again this October. By the way, 2nd in walk rate as well, and they chase less than anybody. So it's like they're seeing a lot of – they're doing a lot of things right. But a couple of the guys that you counted on being your bats, your big boppers, are in a funk right now. Let's hope that the back of their trading card shows up before it's too late this summer. Okay. Text line is open for your enjoyment and participation in the show today, 414-677-1250. You can also watch us on the Growth Law video stream on all the socials, IG Live, X, YouTube as well. Injured Growth gets it. Coming up, Packers, Steelers. O-line rankings aren't great. Keyshawn Nixon getting mossed by Bo Melton. And for you, Mr. Morris, because you are such an Aaron Rodgers stan, I have a soundbite for you on him seeing the grandmother spirit in his latest ayahuasca trip. Oh, it's good stuff. Kumbaya. Rodgers' only wish is that this game tonight would have been at Lambeau so he could have one last run out of the tunnel. Didn't happen that way, but, oh well. Coming up, segment 2 on this quick hour. Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht. He's off on vacation. Czabe and Aaron Morse here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Here's a good one. The Seahawks think that Terrion Arnold should be eligible to start week 1. Yeah, that guy. The Lions had to cut because he has, 8 felonies hanging over him for, kidnapping and armed robbery down there in Florida. Tell you what, man, some teams, they do not give about these, quote, character issues. Or if you're good enough and there's a position of need enough, they'll take you. Would you, Aaron Morse, take Terrion Arnold?
I was just going to ask you if you would care, if you would care, because if I was a general manager or owner, I think I would tend to side with the who cares,
screw it,
man.
Right?
Yeah, and if something happens, well, then something happens. Otherwise, I think I'm in the category of like the Cowboys do this a lot. Just whatever, take it on. Whatever, man. Like,
yeah.
What's the worst that's going to happen? You lose out on a couple $1 million of a vet min contract because this guy got suspended for 6 games.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my soundbite here. Steve Spurrier, when he was coaching the Redskins, once said of a player they had just signed who had some legal troubles, "Well, he's not in jail, is he?" He's not in jail, is he? And it was like, hard to refute that actual logic, but at the same time, you're like, wait, what? That's what you're going with? Yeah, he's not in jail, is he? Yeah. All right, welcome back, Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht. He's off on vacation. Not going to the Dodger game today unless, I don't know, I should text him right now. What time is it in L.A.? It's probably 6:27 a.m., 6:27 a.m. So I'll text him. I'll say, bro, you going to the game today? He'll inevitably say no. Then I will be obligated to give him a big raft about it. And then he will come back with, well, we're going here. Julie doesn't want to do this. Tickets are too expensive, right?
Then you have to say some people are saying
not
right. A real fan.
I'll say, all right, cool, bro. Just letting you know back here, tending to the show, some people are saying on the Nicolay 414-677-1250. Josh's whole line is, don't tell me how to fan. I get it. I have my Terang Zero, the rare Terang Zero jersey that he had before he switched to the 2.
Yep, the rare.
The rare Terang Zero, and I've got the spring training hat from 2025. This is my double good luck charm, hopefully to get the Brewers off on a nice start.
I appreciate the double good luck charm.
So, yeah. So there you go. Okay, let's switch to football, shall we? And tonight, the Packers take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in a preseason game that absolutely means nothing, but could feature some amount of participation from starting players and players of significance. Who has LaFleur said for sure is going to play tonight?
I don't know if he said for sure if anybody is
he's
going to
kind
play.
of hinting at some things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if we're certain. I think most players are going to play tonight.
Who do we know for sure they're definitely not going to play? Like Tucker Kraft is not playing.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs isn't whether it's off-field or groin injury.
Groin injury.
Yeah. I would say anybody, Javon Bullard will not play tonight.
Okay.
I would guess Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed practiced the other day on Tuesday after missing Monday, but I would have to imagine they don't play. Like if there's even a little bit of an injury notice, wouldn't you think they don't play?
I would think so. But the big question now is, how are NFL coaches realigning what participation they want their starters to have in the preseason? Because under the old 4-game format, the basics were first preseason game, starters played a series. Second preseason game, they played a quarter. Third preseason game, they played a half. And the fourth preseason game, they sat out. Now, some coaches bucked that trend along the way. Most famously, you had Dick Vermeil with the Rams in 99 play Trent Green, his starting quarterback, deep into the third quarter, and his knee blew up, and it looked like their season was over. And afterwards, nearly in tears, Vermeil famously said at the podium, Kurt's going to be our starter. He's going to play good football. And everyone's like, who the is Kurt Warner? What are you talking about? And then the Rams came out, and it was something else, man. You were not alive back then. I don't think 99.
What? No, I was alive.
99. How old are you?
I'm old. 29.
Oh, come on. You barely old. You were barely alive back then. That's 20. That's 20. You're 2 years old.
Two. I remembered it vividly.
The greatest show on turf. You remember the greatest show on turf vividly? No, you don't.
No.
But you've seen some of the NFL
I
film
don't know what
stuff
happened
on it, right?
3 years ago.
I know. Well, I'm just here to tell you, it was so electric. It was so amazing because, I mean, they were like, you talk about a high-scoring team, and I want to get to this Ben Johnson comment about, winning the Super Bowl is not enough for him. Okay. Wants to be the highest-scoring team in NFL history. The 99 Rams, the way they came out and the rate at which they were lighting teams' hair on fire was unbelievable. And it was with this quarterback nobody knew, Kurt Warner, now currently in the Hall of Fame with a gold jacket, and deservedly so. I mean, it was like, what are these guys? They were awesome. But, yeah, that was a anomaly that Vermeil was playing guys deep into these preseason games. Now that we're down to 3, the format, you're clearly not going to play them in the last preseason game. So do you get your starters a little bit of work in this one out of the gate for a quarter or maybe less, and then call it a day for the preseason entirely? I think that's kind of going to be the trend. We'll see what LaFleur does here. Only the coaches have their own logic for, well, here's why we're going to play these guys and for how long. And believe me, after this game tonight, tomorrow, we're going to nitpick and go over certain things we saw, and we're going to say who looks good and who looks bad. Just know it's all complete House of Mirrors, voodoo, bullshine. It doesn't matter. The teams are not using actual game plans. They're not spending 8 hours or 10 or 20 hours saying, okay, here's exactly what we want to do against this opponent to limit what they do well. They're too busy worrying about, can this guy make the final 53 or not? Where are we going to, get some guy to work at left guard? What are we going to show? Because we don't want to show a lot of what we're planning to do in the regular season, in the preseason. So you're not getting a good, accurate read on things. And plus, you could have Jordan Love, in theory, Jacobs, who won't play. But let's say you had Love, Jacobs, and you're starting 3 wide receivers out there, and you ran a couple series, and you're like, okay, well, how did they look? Well, if you got an experimental left guard and a guy who's playing right tackle who may or may not make the team, guess what? You're not going to get a good read on how things are actually operating just because the quarterback and the wideouts are out there. So just take that. It's not that we won't do it. We'll still do it. We got to do it. I mean, it's football, right? Did you see the rating that the Hall of Fame game got last week?
A ton.
TV rating?
A ton.
7.
Yeah.
Got a 7 share, which was more than any NHL game in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's like ridiculous. And it was better than half of the NBA playoffs leading up to the finals. It's just crazy. People in this country love football. So the O-line is going to be a huge focus. And there are guys pushing for jobs, young guys like Burton and others that could be taken over. And while you want the young guys to assert themselves and say, hey, I can play, put me in, coach, the overall O-line ranking is pretty poor if you believe some of these charts out there. I saw a chart, I think I sent it to you, Aaron, that purports to show the Packers O-line is in the bottom 8 of the NFL. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did I send that to you? I don't know who made that chart.
It was even lower than that. I'm pretty sure. They were, they were bottom 4. They were 29th in football.
Now, I don't know how you measure that exactly. I understand you can measure it in terms of sacks, However, don't forget sacks are as largely a quarterback stat as it is an O-line stat. A bad quarterback that holds it too long, that is reading the readouts of the play wrong in the bad direction, misses wide open receivers, gets sacked. It's not on the O-line. It's on the quarterback. So you can have some stats to do it. They do attempt, people who watch film, to assess successful pass block rates and stuff like that. I don't know how you rate it, but according to some, the Packers O-line, not very good. So let's hope there's no disaster. Let's hope it's a clean game as well, because, LaFleur said he saw like 20 penalties they would have called in the family night scrimmage that they've got to clean up.
Doesn't our eye test tell us that the offensive line's been pretty terrible? Like, I don't even know if we need stats. We could probably just be like, yeah, they're pretty bad.
Pretty much. So, yeah. And then Keyshawn Nixon got mossed in practice by Bo Melton. Somebody had the best tweet on this saying, CB1 just got roasted by WR4, who also sometimes moonlights as CB4.
Wide receiver 4 is generous. That guy's like wide receiver 7,
right.
6. And
right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a great play. It's just one play. It's practice. They're out there in shorts and little beanie helmets. But, I mean, come on. It's like the Keyshawn Nixon thing is shaping up to be a potential disaster. Potential. We'll see. So I want to get this audio for you. I know that you are a Rodgers stan till the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the last ride for him. He seems to be in a nice, happy place. By the way, if he stays healthy, he could have a big year. I'm actually thinking he might have a big year. Do you think he's going to have a big year?
Big year in terms
bigger than last year?
I think he'll be a little above average he'll be like the 14th best quarterback and the 13th best quarterback in the league, which is where I thought he's been about for each of the last couple of years.
Okay. I think you always have to keep in reserve some possibility that, with a new coach, a new voice, new offensive concepts, we don't really know what Tomlin had sort of calcified into as a coach. Not that he had his hands in the offense, but you just don't quite know until there's somebody else, and maybe they put some things in. You're like, wow, should have been doing that last year. But anyway, Rodgers loves the woo-woo. He is all about the woo-woo. He is all about ayahuasca and ceremonies and other stuff like that. I have for you, Mr. Aaron Rodgers stan, his journey with the grandmother spirit. Go ahead, sit cross-legged, everybody. Put your palms to the sky. I want you to touch your thumb to your index finger. Close your eyes, unless you're driving, and just soak it in.
I started deep on a journey where the ayahuasca is usually described as a grandmother spirit. And I met her and walked with her through past, present, and future lives. And it was the most beautiful experience I could possibly imagine. I literally was able to ask her question after question about things that were on my mind and have the most beautiful journey I could possibly imagine in that setting. I had the end of the ego death, there's a rebirth. But in my rebirth process, I was overwhelmed by the incredible grief of my life as I knew it, and the rebirth into a new perspective, a new timeline, a new trajectory. I just sat with that, and it was very difficult. The overwhelming sense of sadness and grief of what I was leaving behind. I just sat with that for hours, probably 2 hours, as I was begging grandmother to let me purge whatever was inside of me and needed to come out. And she said, not yet. Not yet, my son. There's more. And so I sat with that and didn't fight it and just surrendered to feeling into the depth of all those beautiful emotions, incredible experiences from the past, heartbreak, failures, frustrations, deep, deep sadness. And then I purged. at about 4:30 in the morning, finally, and laid there afterwards on my mat, and then opened my eyes, and it felt like I was opening my eyes for the first time.
I know you love your boy. Hell, I'm thinking about doing ayahuasca now. He's really selling it to me.
Talk
like,
to
this
Grandma.
sounds wild. Let's go. Hey, Grandma. Got to ask her all these questions about the incredible grief in your life. What are you talking about? What grief? The Shailene Woodley breakup was that bad? Can't be.
It's brutal.
Come on now. It's like, you lived a charmed life, Aaron, my friend. Just go with it. You think he's playing tonight?
I do.
Of course.
I do.
Right.
Mostly just to play against the Packers, just to one last time.
One last time with feeling. Well, look, I find him interesting. That's for sure. I know some people reflexively always say, "Why do you keep talking about him? What is with this? Like, he's gone now. Why do you got to be?" I'm like, if you're not intrigued by a guy like this, whether you believe his whatever or not, I mean, come on. It's good box office right there. So we'll see tonight. Don't overreact to what you see, but Packers and Steelers tonight. Game is on. What's our TV outlet tonight for the game?
Whatever your local news station, and I don't know for sure. NBC maybe.
Does it vary by parts of the state? Will they have it on different?
Yeah, so like everyone
places?
has their local station that the game will play on, and then NFL Network is also going to have.
So
the
it's
game.
NFL Network as the overall flagship, and then it'll be distributed otherwise. Okay, all right, let's go. Football begins. Speaking of football, coming up, I have a viral high school football story that I'm pretty sure is true. And if it is true, it is literally the craziest thing I've ever heard and seen. If you thought your high school football practices in summer were brutal, hot, backbreaking, and just miserable on dusty high school fields, guess what? You ain't never had what happened to one kid in Arkansas at a high school football practice. I'll get you that story plus some other odds and ends before we're done here today. You can hit us up on the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line 414-677-1250. Steve Czaban Show with Josh Albrecht right here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. We're not going to panic yet because there'll be plenty of time to panic later after this 4-game set against the mighty Dodgers this weekend. Welcome back. Zabe here. Aaron Morse sitting behind the glass running the show today. Josh is off. Text line's open 414-677-1250 if you want to chime in. I said before I get to this high school football story, I said I'd read the POF every day, and I'm going to read the POF every day because I said I would. All right? It's not good.
Text line was actually wondering about the POF today.
I know. So it's down. I'm not going to lie. It's down. It's down a lot. Tuesday, the POF was 81.1 to win the division. It's now 70.3. That's an 11 percentage point bleed off in just 3 days. Not good. The bye POF was at 66.6 to start the week. It's down to 50.4. Yikes. The World Series POF, if this is any consolation, hasn't dipped as much. It's still at 9.3. But the division POF and the bye POF took a beating this week. Playoff POF is still 99.9. So there's that. Okay, high school football. Let's talk it. Who here played high school football? I did for one time and said this
one
is
season
no.
as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need this. Soft. Here is the craziest story ever, and I am always skeptical because AI is getting really, really good. And whenever a story is sort of like too good to be true or too crazy, I'm like, antenna is up on this. I think this is real. I've sent you the video. Dateline, Arkansas. High school football player runs entire practice with 2-foot-long venomous cottonmouth snake embedded in his helmet. What? The living what? Update. And there's a video. The team had to place the helmet in a bucket of water to coax the snake out of the helmet padding. There is a video of someone brave enough with like tongs as the snake's head pops itself out of the water to breathe, grabbing it and pulling it out and dropping it on the ground. Have you seen the video? Do you believe it's real?
I believe it's real. I believe
Jesus
that this is completely real. I believe that the snake found its way into the helmet and just kind of burrowed in there.
Yeah.
I think I heard something or read something that the kid was like complaining that his helmet felt weird, or was there? But
there's something hissing in my helmet.
But
shut up, Johnson! Yeah. You're being a baby. We're trying to practice our run game right now.
I would be deliberately checking my helmet every single time for the rest of my life.
Oh, can you imagine? Like in the middle of a game. Okay, 3rd and 1 here for Johnsonville, Arkansas, as they come to the line of scrimmage. Oh, hold on a second. Up, there's a penalty. False start. The left guard just ripped his helmet off, threw it to the ground, and started doing a weird dance. Boy, this is the lingering aftermath of the traumatic snake in his helmet incident over the summer. I would never be like, where is it?
PTSD.
I would be checking. I'd be PTSD. I'd check the helmet every time. I'd check every hat I owned. I would get into my car and then hop out and then look in the back seat. I would be hearing Samuel L. Jackson from Snakes on a Plane saying, "Get these bleep and bleep snakes off my bleep and bleep plane." Ay. All right, we didn't get time to do the Ben Johnson, the Super Bowl is not enough comment from him.
Tomorrow.
Oh, just keep writing checks, buddy. Just keep writing them. We love it. Mr. 58% starting quarterback, and you're talking about being the number 1 scoring offense ever? Okay, good. Get that up over 60 and then come talk to us. That's it for us today. Thank you so much for listening. 9 to noon with Kuhn is next. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.